lying down in Shavasana, I'll start sitting up just so that I can tell you what we're going to do. Today's class is balancing energy. It's not a balance class. It's about energy and balance on one side and the other. So if you're lying in Shavasana, make yourself as comfortable as possible and put your hands on your belly if it's comfortable, or somewhere around your body in the middle, somewhere around your core. And what we're going to look at is it's different types of energy and different ways that cultures and traditions have looked at the energy. So here, first of all, we're going to start with the one that we know from our breath control practices, prana. So prana is our incoming energy. It's the active energy. It moves inwards and upwards is the idea. Actually, it moves downwards if you think about it, because we take it in normally through our nostrils in yoga. So start now to control your breath. Slowly and gently start to extend it a little bit and feel it moving downwards actually into your body. It's the upward part of your body it comes into. It's more about that, the lungs, the heart, the circulation, all that moves around that area. That's the sort of engine room of our body. It's all to do with the movement in the upper body, really. But we do take the breath down to the diaphragm, which swells the belly. So now you've hopefully lengthened your breath and deepened it. Just start to focus on your inhale. So as you extend the breath, and maybe it's your count of 4, and the same for the exhale, but think of the inhale. As you inhale for 4, you're taking in that prana. Now, prana is not just oxygen, etc., that we need to live physically. It's also, the thought is that you're taking in energy from around you. Everything is energy. All matter is energy. Energy is in the air, in the atmosphere. It can be the tiniest particles of energy that give you hay fever at the moment, for instance. So just focusing on that inhale and seeing if you can feel that feeling of aliveness and alertness that comes from the inhale. That feeling that that's what's keeping you going. We often turn to the inhale when we're feeling stressed or needing to activate. You'll find that you're drawing in more energy to get yourself geared up. So it's not just physically, it's also mentally and emotionally. We think of this prana as being an active incoming energy. We need to take energy in to keep going. And we take it from all sources. We take it from around us, but we take it from the people around us too. So prana, incoming, active energy. And then just take a couple of breaths again without focusing on either part of it particularly. And we'll move to looking at apana or apana, whichever way you want to see it. But we know this word from our apanasana, when we lie on our back. We'll do that again in a minute. In fact, we're going to do it now. Let's do it now. Let's take your legs up one at a time towards your belly now. And you can wrap your arms around the back of your thighs, or you can wrap your arms around your knees. Or you can maybe sit your hands on your knees and move in and out as we breathe. So you might want to take your legs away slightly from you as you inhale, and exhale, you'll draw it in and draw them towards your belly, helping to expel that exhale. So apana and apanasana here, focusing now on your exhale. It's the outgoing energy. It's the downward energy. So a lot of waste, etc., comes out of us downwards. That's thought to be to do with our apana energy or apana energy. It's also that lower half of your body it works on a lot more. Hence why here, when we're squeezing the belly, it's known as wind pose in its other term. So it's what also we physically put out to the world, but it's what we put out to the world as our energy, so our apana. So what we take in, we've got to give out. if you take in bad energy, for instance, you'll put out bad energy is the thought process. So what we're trying to do is have a balanced energy within us and then push the energy outwards in the same state to the world around us. Not everybody does that when you think of it at the moment. Okay, so moving on to that balanced energy. Now take your legs down and pop your feet away from you, extended legs and extended arms. So have a stretch out, in other words, extension here on the mat. And then we're going to move in this one. So we're going to move, as you breathe in, you're going to take one arm up and one leg, bend it on the floor, keep the foot on the floor though. So your arms above your head, your legs are out, and you're taking, in my case, I'll take my left arm down to my side from above my head as I draw my left or right leg. Do it whichever you want, either the same side or diagonally, whichever way feels right for you. And then you do it the opposite way. So it's like walking, basically, but you're keeping your foot on the floor. If you want to lift it a little bit off the floor, then please do so. Get that movement going. It's a little bit like rubbing your tummy. And then try and attach it to the breath. So as you inhale, maybe you'll stretch one side away. And as you exhale, you'll bring that side in, but you'll stretch the other side away. Or you might just do one breath for one movement out and one movement in, and then turn to the other side. A lot of explanation there. You just find what you feel is right to work with your breath in this position. So whether it's one arm on the same side as the leg, whether it's a one movement in and out for the whole of the breath in and out, and then move to the other side, you decide, get the rhythm going. And what we're thinking of here is called Sattva. I don't know if I use that word very much, but Sattva is the balanced energy. So when prana and apana are balanced, we've got Sattva. So we're balancing the breath here with the energy of the movement. It's not a very energetic movement. Just take another couple of those, trying to keep that balance between the movements in the arms and legs the same on both sides. The rhythm going as the arm comes up, the leg extends, so that you're not feeling like you're moving one limb at a time and then the other one follows. Try and get that balance in this movement to make it like cycling almost. So that one side, if you go into a pedal cycle and you pedal on one side and you don't pedal the same on the other, you'll either go round in circles, depending on what your hands are doing on the handlebars, or you'll fall off because you haven't got your balance. And that's something everybody's got to learn in life. They've got to learn to balance that energy and to balance ourselves. And again, all of these are metaphors for the way that we live our life. Okay, so now that we've got some balanced energy here, we're going to move into one of my favourites, twisted roots. So bring your arms back down by your side for a moment. Make sure you've got room either side of you for this twist. Grab your brick if you want to have some support here, brick or a cushion, so that when you roll over into the twist, you're not just dangling there too much. And you can then move the brick away if you feel that you've gone into that pose more, but don't throw your body into it. It's still cold. It is a yin pose we're doing here for yin's sake, but don't shock your body here. So crossing, first of all, we're going to cross our right leg over our left. Give it a bit of a squeeze. And so your inner thighs are really squeezing together here to keep that connection between your legs. It's like eagle. It is fallen eagle is one way of putting this name. Okay, so then arms are out to the side. They can be wherever you want them to be comfortable, but have them away from where your legs are going. Lift your bottoms, move your bottom over about an inch or so to your right, so to the side of the top leg. And then rolling over when you're ready, breathing in and exhaling to roll over and letting the lower half come over. Shoulders should stay on the mat in this. It's more of a lower body twist. So keep your shoulders on the mat if you can. And if your legs are really uncomfortable, pop a brick under them somewhere that just gives you that bit of support. Try and keep your legs crossed as they were before when you moved. And you'll find that the weight of the bottom leg kind of pulls the top leg down a little bit and should start to feel it in your upper hip. So then just think of the lower half of the lower side of your body and see if you can release it. It will be holding on, it will be tensing because the other side's opening and it's trying to connect and contract so that it can hold you in this position. It thinks you've fallen. Your brain has to be told to let go. So just use your breath again. Remember, we can use the inhale and the exhale to help us go through these poses and to find some activation or to let go. And in this case, we want to let go a little bit. We want to find the edge of this pose in yin. So if you now find you can move the brick if you popped it there, then move it away if you're now thinking, that's it, and my body's sensing what I want to do. But otherwise, just keep it there. So this is a yin pose. The point is we have to release into it because we're trying to stress the dense connective tissues around the joints in the hip, particularly here. So we're usually focusing on one part of the body, a target area, they call it. Here we're targeting that upper hip particularly. So you've got to tell everything else to release or the body won't allow that deep stretch to happen. So in yin, what we're working with is the life force, which it can't, in Hindi, prana is the word that we would normally use, or in Sanskrit, but here we're going to call it ki, which ki we'll have heard of. It's to do with traditional Chinese medicine and their Tai Chi, etc., that sort of movements. So ki is the life force. It's the spark that animates our existence, basically. It's not just the inhale, it's not just the exhale, it's that center of energy within us that is us. It's a lot of teachings in various cultures have different names for this, but so Maori, it's Maori, I don't know if I'm saying these right. In Tibetan, interestingly, it's lung, or lung, we would say. So that's an interesting thing. In Egyptian, it's, well, ka probably would be the word. And in Greek, it's pneuma. So like the way pneumonia is spelled, starts with a P. So in Tibetan and Greek, the words are already there, that it's to do with our bodies, this life force. They've worked out it's something going on within us. But I think the interesting thing is that in all cultures, somewhere in the ancient times, they have realized that we are not just a body moving around. We are an energy. Every person is their own energy and has energy within them, and we share energy. So ki is that life force that we have, but it's also the life force of everything around us. So here what we're doing is blocking that ki. Can you feel where we're blocking it at the moment? It'll be on the opposite side to the stretchy side. You might not feel it quite so much in this pose. But anyway, now we're going to come out of this. So we're going to use the inhale to just, when you're ready, draw your knees back up and then pop your feet to the floor and uncross your legs, move your bottom back to center, and then take a breath if you need to, stretch out if you need to, because when you stretch out, you'll release anything that's been blocked, so that ki energy can move a little bit more again easily through the passages, through the nadis and channels. Then move into the other side. So crossing the left leg in my case, tightly squeezing that inner thighs together, lifting the bottom. Remember to make a little bit of space for this movement. Inhaling, exhaling over to my right in my case. And shoulders staying on the floor, brick or whatever you need to support yourself. Find yourself on the opposite side. Again, your right side here will have contracted, or the underside, to allow the opening of the top side. I'm bobbing up and down here, but just lie comfortably as much as you can. Remember, you're working towards an edge in yin. So if you need to move that brick once you feel that you're settled and see if you can get a little bit further into the pose, then do so. If you're happy where you are, then stick with it. So yin yoga, works with gravity and weight on your bones. But as I said, you need to release the muscles around it. You need to use that exhale, remember. Look to your underside, to the side on the floor. See what's happening. It will be contracting. There will be muscles trying to protect your bones and things around the joints, etc. So you need to use your exhale to de-stress your mind, to allow the stress to go deeper into the joints, the stressing of the joint. And this is really beneficial, as we know, to do that, to go deeper around the joints. Really great for the connective tissue down there. Because normally what we work on, particularly in stretches, is the muscles, which are very much more towards the outside of us. So yang is our active side. So it's very linked with our Pingala Nadi, so our channel that comes through our right side, so our right nostril. But of course then it goes to any part of the body, the active part of it. Yin is the quiet side, the Ida Nadi side, the one that's cooler, calmer, etc. So in Yin, we have to try and find that cool calmness, that quietness, to just be and wait to see what happens. So we're not doing all of the classes Yin, you'll be glad to know. We will do a little bit of Yang in a minute. So we're going to come out of this side, our twisted roots, inhaling to take our legs back up to centre, finding the floor with our other foot, so engaging the legs, and then having a stretch, well, move back to centre, of course, your bottom, and then have a rebound stretch. So stretch your arms above your head and your legs out as far as your middle of your sole of your feet will go, and really feel that you've extended as much as your connective tissues will allow. And allow the key here to just release from wherever it was blocked and move around the channels again. Just release everything back towards centre a little bit. You can take your arms down or you can keep them there. But just see for a moment, just lie in the rebound here and see what you're experiencing. Where can you feel anything happening? It might be around your hip flexors particularly, or around your hip area. Maybe really deep into that joint, you can feel something happening. You can maybe feel that release of energy, a fizzing, a movement, a freshness. Maybe you can't feel anything. And if you can't feel anything, don't worry, you're still going. It's still working. But just while we use the rebound in Yin, is just to release the key and allow everything to go back through the channels where it might have been blocked before, and we're moving staleness. But it's also just to understand what's affected our body and how it's affected it, and enjoy that experience. Okay, so from here we're going to go into supine pigeon. So 2 or 3 options here, depending on how hard you want to make it. Bring your feet back into towards your bottom. Lift your right or left leg, doesn't really matter. I'm going to go right leg. Bring your right leg up, flex that foot and pop the foot. So your ankle, just above the ankle, is just above your knee bone. So it's soft tissue, remember, to soft tissue. Otherwise, it's really uncomfortable. Keep that foot flexed, the top foot. It will save your knee feeling taut. Excuse me. If you're feeling this a little bit too hard this morning, you can take that bottom leg and stretch it out and do the same thing. Just fold the leg in and rest it on top of your left leg here. So you've got the same figure of 4 shape with the right leg. That actually might be a better experience for you. You might want to try that. You might want to put your brick in under your bottom foot to lift your bottom leg up a little bit nearer, so it starts to draw in towards your abdominal area, and it's a little bit harder then on your top leg. So there's a bit more of a sensation in the back of the hip. Or you might even want to use a wall if you've got one near you, or a chair. Prop the bottom foot up so that it extends it and draws that top leg more towards your torso. Okay, so then find figure of 4 arms on the top. So take your arm across your body, the opposite arm from the top leg, and then figure of four, so tuck that long straight arm across your body into the elbow of your other arm. So you've got that figure of four. So your forearm on the right side, in my case, is holding on to the left arm. I don't know if that made any sense, but hopefully you know what I meant. Hands are both facing backwards. Just watch you're not strangling yourself here, or it doesn't feel so uncomfortable in your shoulder. If you feel you're really straining that shoulder that's being taken across your body, just allow it to sink back a little bit, soften a little bit. You don't need to be pulling here. And just breathe for a few more seconds, a few more breaths in this side of our supine pigeon. So ki's continually transforming. Our energy is continually transforming. Our physical energy, our mental energy, everything, you know that. We all feel that every day when we are much more aware, yogis, about thinking about these things. And we are aware of that. And we're also absorbing energy all the time from other people, from things around us, from the news, for instance, at the moment. We absorb all that bad energy. We need to rid ourselves of that often. It can get you down, bad energy. So we need to find good energy, taking a walk outside, or letting the sun shine on your face, or, laughing with your grandchildren. All of that's good energy being absorbed by us. We therefore also emit energy to other people, and we have to be aware of what we emit, and we're not always, and I'm very guilty of that too. So when we have balanced Sattva energy, it creates good health. And when it's deficient, that balance, then disease will occur. So it affects us physically and mentally when we don't have that balance. Okay, so coming out of this very carefully, uncross everything, have a little bit of a stretch and a rebound if you feel you need it, but we will have one in a minute to finish once we've done the other side here. So if you feel ready to, go into the other side of your figure of four on your legs and on your arms. You might want to change it up this time and put a block under your foot, or do something different, have a stretched leg. It might be that this side of you doesn't enjoy this pose quite so much, so you might want to find the more easeful way of going into it. It will still be a yin pose in that it will still, the more at ease you are, the more you will let go, the better depth you will get into your connective tissue. So thinking of that, what we just said about ki, etc., just while we're on this side, I'm going to just read something from one of my favourite yoga books. And it's sometimes, if we are still and quiet, we can feel nature's voice of energy in the crashing of the waves, in the shade of a tree, or in the power of the sun. It can also explain why we feel good in another's presence, as they are sending out ki that matches or lifts our own. The world right now needs this. It needs people who heal, people who listen, people who care, who love, who serve, who raise the vibration of themselves and those around them. At times we need to be uplifted and moved and inspired. So considering your yin practice here as a means of making the fullest use of your time here on earth by fortifying and cleaning your energy, so those who are in need can be held or supported by the energy you transmit. Okay, so coming out of that, unraveling yourself, and we're going to go just into a quick rebound here, but grab your brick, everybody, and your two choices here is, supported bridge or supported pontoon. So coming with feet flat to the floor, ready as if you were going to do bridge. Engage your lower half, engage your pelvic area, and then just tip your tailbone and lift up into bridge. Pop your brick then under your sacrum area. So supported bridge can be on the flat side or the second side. Don't ever go up to the top side. We're not ballerinas. So keep it low, but keep it comfortable. And then those of you that want to, you might want to go into pontoon, which is a new name for stretching your legs out basically in this. So making the bridge into a pontoon by, or a pier maybe, by legs extended here. So that will then really open up the area around your lower abdominals, around your hip flexors, at the top of your thighs, all that tissue that you may have been constricting the energy in, it will release. So just for a second or two we're in this, we're not in it for very long, but this is a rebound of some of the yin that we've done, because it was very much hip focused. Shoulders, you can just tuck them under, open across your collarbones. Just breathe for a few breaths here, enjoying that rebound, that space. And again, see what you can feel and where you can feel it. Can you feel anything? So I really know that my hips are talking to me. I can feel movement and stuff going on in there. I know I've done something in that area. And that's the same with any exercise you do, but normally it's on the whole of your body. So here we're really, really targeting particular areas in our body in yin. So we're going to move in a second. Keep your brick handy. We will use it. We're going to move up now and finish with golden seed. But before we do, come over slowly and come onto all fours. And in all fours, just take a couple of cat-cows just to start moving the spine very slowly when you're ready on your own breath in your own time. We're inhaling into cow, remember, exhaling into cat, but if your body wants to work in the other way, do not worry, that's fine. So remember, it's a nice roll of the tailbone. Whichever way you're going, you're moving from the tailbone to start that rolling through the spine. Just putting a little bit of movement through the body now, working towards a very soft yang movement. Yang. I've got a relative that's yang. This is yang with a G. And then maybe you feel that you want to stop and rotate or wiggle your hips backwards and forwards. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders. Maybe you want to do a figure of 8 in one direction and then the other direction. Maybe you're happy in your cat-cow, or maybe you want to do dynamic cat-cow. Just start to move the key around you. Let your body tell you what it needs to do, to just release a little bit and start moving that energy around you. And then we're going to tuck our toes and we're going to walk forward and come into a very, very soft forward fold. So very soft forward fold. Let yourself hang there with your tummy on your thighs and your arms just dangling, your head just dangling. Just take a moment here and then open your eyes, and you can either roll up slowly or you can sweep up, however you feel you want to come up, and come up to the top into Tadasana. Take it easy, take it slowly. You have been lying on the floor. You've been doing nothing much actually with your head, so you don't want to move it too quickly. Okay, so we're going to finish with golden seed, which is our key. Again, this is from Tai Chi, so it's very much about moving our energy. It's very flowy. It is yang. We are moving, we're active. But it's trying to balance that yin that we've just done with a bit of yang. But we don't need to do anything too sudden, and we don't do anything too strong. Remember, it's about gathering the energy. You'll remember it as we do it. If you can't remember it right now, you might want your brick under your face, because remember, we do elephant here. So if you don't want to reach the floor, you might want the brick ready for that part of it. Okay, so we start in Tadasana. And then we sweep the arms up above our head. And we sweep the arms back down. We're breathing in. We're sweeping the arms up above our head, and we're going to roll this time gently into a very gentle, soft forward fold. And we're going to cross the hands at the bottom just gently, and then sweep them back up above our head. And cross the wrists again behind, whichever way, doesn't really matter. And then take another one of those. So gently moving up and down. It's very slow Tai Chi. It's very slowly moving the energy. Warming up slowly. So take one more of those. When you come back up to the top, we're going to move out. So arm above the head. We step the right foot out. We open the arms. We come into 5-star, really reaching out. And then breathing, if you're with me, breathing in, you're turning the feet and you're coming down into Goddess. Very gentle movements, not too pushy. Back up, turning the feet, and we're rolling down to the floor. We're gathering the energy in the floor and sweeping it up past us, rolling up, taking our hands in front of our face, rotating the wrist and pushing that energy out above us, and then taking the energy back down and back into us from around us. We're going to take that again. We're going to sweep the arms up. We're going to turn the feet out. We're going to push away into Goddess. And from here, we're going to roll down now, forward. Turn the feet as you do it to come to the front. And you're down ready for your elephant. So pop your hand under your face on the brick or on the floor. Lengthen the body. And then roll out into elephant. You don't need to be straight as a die here. It's just a very flowy movement. Both sides we're rolling through elephant, letting the legs come with you. Take a couple of these. Let the knees come with you. Doesn't matter where you get to in the twist. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy that flow. This is a flow. So then gather that energy when you're ready again. Draw it back up. Rotate the wrists. Push the energy away. Give it out there. Take the hands down and capture some energy in the palms of your hands as you roll it back down. And then we're going to sweep the arms up in front of us, and we're going to do bird here. So it's either bowling ball through the legs or hands down beside you, outside of your legs. Rolling down into a soft forward fold, and then rolling through the knees to straighten the legs as the hands come up behind you. Or the legs go through, hands go through your legs, sorry. And then back up. So take one more of those. So rolling down, arms come up behind you. Take the arms back down. Gather that energy one more time. Take it up. Rotate your wrists. Push the energy out there. Gather it as you come back down. Take as much energy as you can and draw it back into either your heart or your belly, wherever you feel you need that energy today. And then step the foot, the right foot back towards the other. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm not sure of the time here, so we're just going to go for it. We'll try and do this a little bit more on the breath, but remember it's not a fast movement. So if the breath thing confuses you and makes you go too quickly, don't do it. Okay, so inhaling, arms up above the head. Exhaling the arms down. Stepping out with the left foot this time. Arms up above the head. Crossing the hands at the top, softening the knees, rolling down into a forward fold, crossing the hands below and sweeping back up slowly. So a bit of a roll there really. Hands cross at the top. We then turn into our feet to come into Goddess, pushing the energy away from us, maybe not in cactus arms, maybe push the energy out there. And then we can straighten up, we come back up to the top, we turn the feet together. We roll down through and come ready for elephant. So it's your left hand on the floor of the brick to start with this time. We're rolling through, inhaling if you're with the breath possibly, but just do your own breath here. It's much nicer to stick with the flow and breathe, but breathe in and out nice and fully. Use your breath to move. One more either side in your elephant arms. So it's not a fast movement, this. It's quite a strong movement, actually, if you do it slowly. But it is moving the energy with you. Gather your energy again. When you're ready, bring it up past your face, rotate, push it out to the world. Gather it in the palms of your hands, draw it back down. We're going into bird now. So we're taking the arms up above the head again, softening the knees, rolling down through bowling ball or arms beside you that go up behind you, rolling through the knees, opening the legs up a little bit more, pushing through the feet as you come back up. Take one more of those. If that ever makes you feel dizzy, don't do it, basically. You just wait. You just do your own thing until you're ready to join us again. You don't need to do it. Gathering the energy in the palms of your hands, lifting it up, turning it out, giving it out to the world, grabbing some energy for you because you might need it today, taking it down and putting it to your heart or your belly or maybe a bit of both, and resetting. And then draw your feet back towards each other. Keep your hands where they're finished. Keep them either on your heart or your belly or both or wherever they are. Just come back to your breath. Return to the breath. Return to the prana, the apana, and to the sattva of balancing those energies. Feel your heart going. Feel your breath fast. Just allowing everything to reset and restore and reboot itself, basically, in my case, maybe. Okay, so going back to the breath, find the breath again, find the length in the breath. As you inhale and exhale, I'm going to say a few words after each one, and you can either repeat them in your head or just listen to me. So inhale, peace. Exhale, forgiveness. Inhale, acceptance. Exhale, expectations. Inhale, love. Big long inhale for that one. Exhale, hurt. Let it go. Inhale, courage. Exhale, fear. Inhale, exhale at your own time, a couple of times, maybe sighing the breath away through your mouth. Let the hands come down to your sides. Just stay for a second. So that inhale, exhale is based on the Dalai Lama's breathing poem. And you can alter it with your own words to find your own sattva and your own balanced energy. So hopefully everybody feels a bit balanced, and I've got my timing right here. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, but hopefully it's about right. Thank you everybody for your practice again today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you missed Mondays, it is up on the YouTube channel, Mont Blanc Yoga YouTube channel. And we're back next Tuesday and Thursday. So we're back to Tuesdays, Thursdays next week. Okay, thank you everybody for your practice. Have a lovely weekend. Hope the sun shines like it is here. And see you then. Namaste.